That's Keanu. Like Keanu that's not just John. That's Keanu. Keanu loves cars. He loves bikes. He loves the discipline of it. He loves that's why he's got Arch motorcycles, right? If you ever get a chance, you should check that shop out. It's the most pristine.
I'm sure. I can't
ever.
fuck with motorcycles. I'm scared of them.
Yeah, but just to watch how he's got all the water cutters there. It's a very artistic.
Oh, the bikes he makes are incredible.
Yeah, they're great. But he brings that to he's very. Not compulsive. He's very. He loves the
meticulous.
Art of things. Yeah, he loves the art of it. He's fascinated by who makes this cup, Joe? How do you everything? He just fascinated over. He wants a story on it. He's one of the most curious, curious artistically, how things are done, or who people are. He's just got a genuine curiosity and love for things.
He's a very unique guy. And
I think so.
I've never met him, but just every interview you see with him, every movie, he's a very unusual person.
Yeah, and he's got. You know what? I think anybody really artistic, or at least the really, artistic people that I've met, they maintain that little bit of, and I mean this in the best of ways, a little bit of childness wonder. They're still kids a little bit. I could talk to you all day about archery. I could talk to you all day about martial arts. I could talk to you all day about motorcycle. I could talk to you all day about movies. And I think you got to have that. You need that little inspiration. I think you need that little bit of wanderlust into certain things. And I think he's still got that. He'll see a sequence, we'll come in with the nunchucks and do something, and he'll start giggling. He's like, you want me to do that? He's like, okay, that's pretty cool. And he just goes from totally serious guy to, okay, now how do I learn how to do and he just, everything you need to know about nunchucks, he wants to know about nunchucks. He just throws himself into it.
So how much time did he have to train martial arts before John Wick 1?
Oh, God, it wasn't that. He was coming out of a couple films, so he hadn't been, he wasn't in fight shape. So, it's just you can't just jump back in. So we gave him 3 to 5 weeks with some of the trainers we found to get into shape. Cut weight, got himself back in, stretched, kind of got back into where he was on the Matrix. And then we stuck him with the fight teams and the stunt guys. I think we had him within 3 months. That was probably the shortest one we did. That was about 3 months to get him into that shape and teach him all the Aikido stuff and the Aikijitsu.
Well, there's so much going on in those movies physically that you need to be proficient in.
Yeah. The
gun stuff, the throws, jiu-jitsu, striking, everything.
The jiu-jitsu was the new thing for him. Probably not the most physically demanding, but you know how it is. We're used to using your hands and feet. I mean, I'm sure you remember the first time you transitioned to jiu-jitsu. It's it looks easy, but completely.
It's an eye-opener.
Yeah, it really is. And only even recently for me, I'm starting to feel I can move. It feels just as good to be on my back as my butt. But I think we took a lot of inspiration from dance. Most of what we do is dance. They're based on dance drills. They're not based on martial art drills. They look like martial arts. We kick, punch, but we don't train the actors in Thai pads or focus mitts or heavy bag. We'll do maybe a little of that for impact stuff, but it's mostly about memory. Because if a guy can punch and kick, that's great, but if you can't remember 5 moves, you're not much good to us. And it's more, martial arts is action, reaction, or causing the guy to be off balance. All our guys are trained to keep him on balance, to make it look crazy, but they got to dance with him. So it's about that metronome, keeping the beat going. So when we trained him, he hadn't been trained that way before. It was more like memorizing a few moves, hitting some guy.
Specific sequence.
But we realized we had no money and we had no time. And every time you do punches and kicks, you see in most movies, right? They're on you, right, over my shoulder. Then, you take the hit and it goes over your shoulder so I can sell the hit. So you're always doing these reverses. So if I do a big wide shot profile, you throw in a nice roundhouse kick, I got to cut somewhere to show the impact, unless you're really kicking me, which not advisable most of the time. So every time, the more punching and kicking, striking you do, or if Keanu's not doing the motion, I got to cut more. And every time I cut, it's a setup. It's just time consuming. Not that it's bad or good. It's just time consuming. We knew we weren't going to have that, so we're like, fuck, what do we do? Okay, well, we're just going to grab people. We're just going to make it all grappling. And is that going to look? Remember, it's all during the Bourne, so everything's going to look very slow, compared to what it was. But we're going to do we're going to do Aikido, Aikijitsu, or Jiu-Jitsu. That's it. That's all you get. And if you're going to punch, it'll be a contact hit. That's all we're going to do. No punches, no kicks, no nothing. And we'll do it all in one take.